How are you?
You know, I'm doing my best.
Right. We're out here
Yep.
just trying to make it
Yeah.
to the next day.
And it's not easy,
No.
but what other option do we have besides?
God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. So,
Well, I have been working out.
so you're so strong.
And by I have been working out, I mean I've worked out twice.
Right. You're officially 30. We haven't podcasted in so long.
my
We have
God,
a lot
we
of life to
haven't.
catch up on. We went to Vancouver.
That feels like so long ago.
I know her.
So much in the world has happened
I know her.
since then.
I know her.
So, yeah, we went to Vancouver for my birthday, and it was fun. We had a good time. I really enjoyed seeing Nils Hoffman.
So fun.
I think we birthed a house music lover out of the trip, which is
You did.
always great.
I always loved lo-fi, and it feels like an adjacent lo-fi, basically, but
Yeah.
just more sped up.
Yeah.
Because I like not necessarily always listening to music with words, because then I get distracted. There's a time and a place, obviously.
Yeah.
But for the most part, especially at work, I've been listening to this like trance house playlist on Spotify
Trance is amazing.
nonstop.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to go to some shows at home now.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Your influence is changing lives.
Well,
What can you say?
I am an influencer.
You are.
I have a hat that says it.
You do.
That you bought me.
I did.
So, do you know what? I don't think I ever told you this, but do you remember that guy that I was gonna maybe like see when I was in Vancouver? Like, he invited me to like go out.
Yes.
The night of my birthday.
Yes.
We matched on Hinge.
Yes.
We talked for like a week after that, maybe.
Yeah.
And I found out he's 6'10". And I was like, I cannot.
That's like too tall.
It is. And like, I would say like 6'4" is like my limit, because that's already
crazy.
so tall for me.
That's crazy. I think you might want to cap at like 6'2".
But like, if it's a great person, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're 6'4", like you don't make the cut. But
I
like,
know.
I don't think even if it was a great person, I don't think I could do anything over 6'4", because I've tried, and it's uncomfortable. Like, it doesn't work.
Yeah, everything's too far away.
Yeah.
And I do think that you need to leave the tall men for the tall girls.
Well, I'm not
I know.
specifically
I
looking
know.
for tall
I know.
guys.
I know.
But I did get banned from Hinge
You did. While we
shortly
were
thereafter.
Yeah.
For literally no reason.
Yeah.
It actually is so fucking annoying to me. And I think it was divine intervention, 100%. I should
Yeah.
not have been on Hinge.
Yeah.
That was a slap on the wrist.
Your spirit guides were like, we really need to step it up a gear here.
Yeah. And I was like, you're so right. But I feel like I honestly would have deleted it once I got back.
I've heard that before.
I guess they didn't trust me.
I love your nails, by the way.
Thank you. I just got them done today.
I know. Obsessed.
Thanks.
So cute. I love that brown.
Yeah. I
So autumnal of you.
know. I wanted like a darker, like richer brown. This is all they had. So I was like, all right,
I like it.
I'll go with that. Yeah. So I was going to check my messages on Hinge. And I go into Hinge and it says your account's been banned for.
Oh, you did tell me, but tell the people because
okay.
it's crazy.
Okay. So yeah, it said your account's been banned for going against
Community guidelines or whatever.
And I was like, that's so crazy, because I barely matched with anyone and I barely talked to anyone.
Yeah.
So
you don't even have like anything inappropriate on there. None of your photos could even be like classified as inappropriate.
I have like cleavage maybe in one, but like no bathing suits, no lingerie.
It's very brave.
I know. Like nothing. I'm not scantily clad really at all.
Yeah.
Like not even like a short dress. Like literally a dress all the way down to the floor.
Haters are gonna hate.
And so I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why did I get banned? That's so insane. And so I went to my little community on Threads and I was like, has this ever happened to anyone? And a bunch of people responded, and guys and girls were saying a lot of times if there's like a really like hot girl or like that seems too good to be true, people think it's
a
bot or it's like catfish.
Yeah.
So
that's my theory. I think everyone was just too intimidated by your beauty.
Yeah. No, I'm super hot, so it does make sense. Like, it definitely adds up. But I just think that's crazy. Like, I'm sorry I'm so hot, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
it's not your fault.
Right. And I should still be treated like
Anybody
real
else.
human being. Like,
Absolutely.
It's actually degrading.
Yeah.
So that was one theory. And then another theory is I had my Instagram handle in my like dating bio, and that's literally just, and I even like, I don't think I said this in this one, but a lot of times when I do put that in there, I'm like, this is literally just for verification. Like, I do not want you to follow me. I do not need any like gross, no offense, weird
people in my
random
DMs.
men.
Yeah.
Because like, if we don't match on the dating app, if you DM me, that's going to the void.
Yeah.
I'm never going to see that. I'm never going to answer it.
No.
So like, it's pointless for you. It's
even
literally just there to be like, okay, this girl is who she says she is.
Yeah. What's the one where you can connect your Instagram? Is that Bumble?
I'm not sure actually.
Because it might be Bumble. Because then you like cut that out basically. You don't have to do your Instagram handle because you can connect your Instagram. So it would be like at the bottom of your profile, it's their like Instagram and it's like their last like 6 posts or something like that.
Yeah, I think that is Bumble.
Maybe Hinge should work on that so that people aren't getting banned for no reason.
Yeah. And so this one guy like took it so far. He was like, well, you have your handle in your dating profile. He went to my profile, or sorry, he went to my Instagram, then went to my Linktree, and then found my Venmo on my Linktree.
Which doesn't even work anymore.
Literally, it's been there forever, and it does not work anymore. I cannot access that account.
Yeah.
So, and I just need to take it off, but I haven't even thought about it.
Obviously.
And
why would you?
Right. He was like, you're clearly like trying to solicit something.
Right.
Also, that's so crazy. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking you to follow me. I'm not asking you to try to see if I'm on OnlyFans. Like, literally none of it.
Right.
So to like jump to that conclusion, and also, even if I were doing that, you don't have to say yes.
Literally.
You don't have to do it.
No. No one's making you.
No. There's no gun to your head saying, if you don't follow this girl and send her money through Venmo,
you're going to die.
Yeah.
In hellfire.
Insane.
Crazy. So who hurt him?
Someone. He obviously, there's so many people are so threatened by OnlyFans girls. It's
for sure. He's spent
insane.
way too much money on a cam girl that he thought was going to fall in love with him, and then it didn't work out, and he's like jaded for life.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was an interesting time.
Yeah. And then you tried to like question it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I tried to appeal.
Yeah.
And I wrote out this like very thoughtful and descriptive message to appeal with, and they said they were like, be descriptive, be like, give us all the details that we need, because a real person is going to look at this and then they're going to like just try to figure it out,
and it will take like a
couple
week
days
or
or
two.
so. Yeah,
or
whatever,
a few days at a minimum.
Yeah. So I'm like, great, I do that, and then I swear to God, like as soon as I hit sent, I get another message from Hinge saying, yeah, we've looked at it and you're done. You're still banned.
You're done.
Bye.
We don't want your kind back here. Too pretty. Pretty privileged, but not.
Pretty rude.
So true.
So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's over for me for Hinge.
That's kind of crazy.
Which is kind of annoying because
yeah,
Hinge is like the best out of all of them.
Yeah. Because now you like have to meet somebody in real life.
Yeah. Which like I'm actually doing a really good job at that.
You are doing a very good job. And that's honestly like the best way to do it.
Yeah.
It's just not the most.
It's not the easiest.
Yeah.
It's not the most comfortable.
Yeah.
But
that's good though.
Yeah.
Because that's ideally how I think all like to do it.
Yeah. I'm not like dying to be like, oh yeah, we met on Hinge or whatever.
Right.
But so yeah. Fun. Good times.
So fun.
Also, the guys on Hinge in Vancouver. Hotties.
Steady.
Yeah. But I feel like wherever you go, the first day you're on Hinge in the city, it's like
You
all
get
the
all
baddies.
Yeah.
And then it significantly drops off.
Goes downhill quick.
Like teeth are missing.
Ooh.
Hairline is
running
very fast and very far.
That's a tough show.
It is.
Gentlemen. Gentlemen. If you are starting to bald, just shave it. Just commit to the bit.
I think it depends like how you're starting to bald.
Fair. If you're starting to go like on the sides right here, you can hold that on. You can hold on to that for a while.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not a while. That's better. But if you're starting to lose like the middle or the back patch right here, I think just go bald. I think just do it.
Bald is beautiful.
Bald is beautiful.
No, like I love a bald king.
Hot. Life update, downloaded Hinge. I'm being very intentional about who I swipe on. I don't still think I want to like date anybody in 2024, but I'm looking, okay? And there have been some very attractive bald men that I swiped right on. Did they match with me? No.
That's so rude.
But that's okay. That's okay. I'll find him.
You will.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it either.
But I love a bald man.
Yeah. And it's so much more acceptable to be a bald man than a bald woman.
True.
So, like...
Just do it.
Just do it.
Go for it.
We've got nothing to lose.
Right.
But your hair.
Which... do we have a lot of that to lose?
Also, someone showed me something. Oh, so my friend Taylor came to visit me. And we were talking about it like an very old mutual friend that we're no longer friends with. And her husband, for their wedding, like bald as could be. And now they're posting pictures together, like this girl and her husband.
Yeah.
Full head of hair. Like, what?
That's insane.
What?
I don't think I could walk down the aisle.
If he was bald?
No. If he was like previously bald and I knew that I was marrying a bald man and then I showed up on the wedding day and you're bald, great. Like that's consistent. That works. But if you're a man that has a head of hair and then you shave the morning of our wedding just for like an experiment. Oh no, he got a hair transplant?
Yeah, I think he got a hair transplant or he did one of those like toupee things that like they like glue onto your head. Because he still had like hair like on the sides, just like nothing on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he looks like 20 years younger with hair. It's insane.
Fascinating. I thought you were saying that like the morning of the wedding, he just decided to try out a new hairstyle it was bald. And I was like,
yeah, that I would
murder.
Run away.
Yeah. Chelsea's actually going on a date tonight with a bald man.
Cheers, Chelsea.
Have so much fun, girl. We're thinking about you.
She did not listen to the tarot cards. Not even
for a second.
No. It's actually kind of crazy.
It is. And I'll do them again on New Year's.
Of course.
And she'll get the same cards again.
Of course.
For like the 15th time.
Basically, the cards are telling her, just focus on yourself, stop dating.
Stay inside.
This girl goes outside.
Way too much.
So often. It's also pitch fucking black now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to go on a date when it's...
No.
Pouring.
And it's been dark since 4:30.
It's been midnight since 4:30. Like, I can't.
I get so tired at about 2 p.m. at work every day because it's already started to set. And so I'm like looking outside and I'm like, wow, the day's like gone. It's 5 p.m.
Yeah.
No. 2.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Also, sometimes like the sun just doesn't come. It's just, it's just kind of gray and dark.
Yeah, all day.
I don't know why, but every single year around this time, I'm like just shocked
that their sun goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it feels very abrupt.
Well, it's getting more abrupt, unfortunately, because of climate change. We're having less of fall and spring, so we'll have less seasons, and it'll be just more abrupt summer to winter.
Oh, dear.
Unfortunately. The one thing, though, that I'll defend about Seattle or, like, Washington in general, because everyone's like, it rains. It doesn't really rain that much. But it doesn't really, like, pour that often. Like, we get rainstorms, sure. But I think the bigger issue is that it's gray and cloudy and a little bit depressing all the time. Even if it's not raining, it's gray and cloudy outside.
I feel like it rains a lot. But
It rained more in LA last year than it did in Seattle. They had more rain accumulation.
Crazy.
Yeah. We were, like, in the group chat texting Mason being like, you having fun? Good choice.
Is he staying there?
For now?
Cute.
Yeah.
Have you seen, speaking of gays, have you seen Heartstopper on Netflix?
No.
It is so fucking cute.
Should that be my next one?
Yes.
You have to watch Rivals.
Okay.
You have to.
Okay. I also have to watch that like anime thing that everyone's talking about. Dean told me I have to.
Start with Rivals, please.
Okay.
You're going to choose Dean over me?
No,
Excuse
but he
you.
told me about the show.
What
before.
anime?
I don't know. I'm not like I don't ever watch that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I don't know. But he said that there's a lot of hot lesbians in it. So.
That's maybe not helping the theory. It's not helping in my book.
Okay. I don't think that's correlated, but
Okay.
I wish I could tell that story.
I know.
Bad.
It's so crazy.
It's so funny.
Maybe one day.
Uh,
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to fight tomorrow night.
Crazy.
I'll be seated for that. I want Jake Paul to get knocked out so badly.
Why are they doing that?
Because Jake Paul's a stupid idiot and Mike Tyson has nothing to lose, really. He's so much older. So even if Jake Paul beats the shit out of him, it's like, okay, well, you beat the shit out of like a retired 40-year-old. Sick.
Mike Tyson's not 40. He's like 60.
Okay, even worse.
No real great transition, but
Right.
Donald Trump is going to be our next president. We're not thrilled.
Nope.
And quite frankly, it's terrifying.
Yes. Been in just a deep depressive spiral since the election day. I don't think that I was like delusional enough to think that she was for sure going to win. I obviously had hopes that Kamala would win, but been there, done that before with Miss Hillary. So I was trying to keep my expectations low. I didn't expect it to happen that fast. I didn't expect to like know the results the night of.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect the country to decide that like a convicted felon and rapist is like the best fit to run our country.
It's so delusional.
It's insane. None of it makes sense, and I've been like trying to rack my brain to figure out like, because I'm like a very logical person, and so like if I can figure out the why behind something, I feel better about it. And so I've been trying to figure out the why. Like, why the fuck did you vote for him? And it's just coming up blank, because quite frankly, there's no good reason why you would ever vote for him. Not to defend Kamala and sit here and think, I don't think that she is a great candidate either, but she's definitely the lesser of the two evils in that situation. 100%.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing. It's very upsetting. It's going to be a long 4 years. The people that he's appointing to his cabinet are fucking insane.
Insane.
And the thing is like everyone's like, oh my God, what is he doing? He said he was going to do this. He told us what he was going to do. And everyone was like, that's my man.
Everyone heard cheaper groceries and like creamed their jeans. And that's
and
like
lower gas prices, which
yeah.
is not going to happen for any of you, by the way. Just want to let you know.
I saw this TikTok of this girl and she was like, the charts on the economy better be like this when Trump gets elected.
No, literally. I better get gas for free. They better pay me to fill up my gas tank.
Yeah. Because why? Why else?
And he's going to deport 2 million immigrants. Okay, so who's going to farm our vegetables or anything for that matter?
Also, so crazy because his fucking wife is an immigrant.
Literally.
Tesla guy, Elon Musk, is an immigrant.
Correct.
Like.
Correct. And quite frankly, that's what this country was established on.
We all came over here.
And stole land.
Yes.
Like, it's psychotic. It's insane. The tariffs, who do you think is going to pay for those? Not China. Right. Let's, like, just take it a little step further instead of listening to the psychotic babble coming from a retired celebrity billionaire failure. Like, it'll never make sense to me. And it's emboldened psychotic people like Nick Fuentes to sit there and talk about how the fact that, like, we'll never have rights over, like, men will always have rights over women. It's our body, their choice.
That is the most horrifying thing that has come from this, like, so far. I think just that,
it happened, like, last
clip
time
of him going viral saying that, though, is like, because it's like, we all know that that's what it is, but for someone to just, like, point blank say that and be happy about it.
No, laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing in the clip. And talking about how the glass ceiling's made out of bricks. He got doxxed, by the way. I don't know if you heard this at all.
What does that mean?
Doxing someone is like releasing their personal information on the internet. So his home address got doxxed. So everyone knows where he lives now. I saw reports that it got set on fire, but I don't think that's true. But he had to run home to mommy. And is living in her basement now.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Now that's the kind of guy I want to fuck.
For sure. It's like, you made yourself so unfuckable, dude. Who's going to touch you now?
Not with a 10-foot pole.
I mean, nobody was beforehand anyway, but, like, certainly not now.
Which is why he's so mad in the first place.
Yeah.
And which is why all the people that listen to him and follow him are also not getting laid.
Right. And, like, you can... No, I'm not even gonna... Never mind. It's just, it's really very frustrating because we're just going to have more and more of those kinds of people feeling emboldened to make those kinds of claims and say those kinds of things. Because he's telling the truth. It was never about abortion rights.
No.
It's never been about that. It's about the opportunity and the desire to control women. And to keep oppressive people oppressed.
Like, last time he got elected, I was like, peace out, America. And I peaced the fuck out.
And last time he appointed people to his cabinet that he thought were maybe decent picks, or at least thought they were going to ride with him, and they didn't, and then he fired them. This time when he's appointing his cabinet, he is only appointing people that ride his dick. That are not going to argue with him. They're not going to disagree. They're going to do whatever he wants. He'll still probably fire them anyway at some point, but I mean, RFK is in charge of healthcare. Who thinks vaccinations cause autism and wants to, like, get rid of the polio and measles vaccine.
That's crazy.
Correct.
I'm not a fan of him, but I don't think he's, like, the least of the problems.
I don't know.
I think because I think he genuinely wants to bring healthy food to America, which we desperately need.
Sure.
And I don't even know, like, what
but
he's, like, really...
If all the new babies are going to be dying from polio because that's what's going to happen, it doesn't really matter what's in our food. Like, if we can't get measles vaccines anymore, it doesn't really matter what we're eating because we're all going to get sick and die.
Well, I mean, we won't because we've all got our vaccinations. So
sorry.
We need healthy food.
So all the moms that were forcing to have their rapist babies are just going to die anyway because of measles and polio. Okay. Good plan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great.
The Secretary of Defense is like an evangelical Christian who believes in like the rapture. So he's for sure like 100% all in on Israel just killing every Palestinian person so that they can claim all the land, so that when the rapture does happen, we'll all be saved.
I don't know what the rapture is.
It's basically just like this super crazy belief that one day there'll be like a return of God, basically, and he's going to kill everybody in Israel and all the Jews. And I don't know all the details, but it's just psychotic.
Did you see all those videos of parliaments from all over the world that are like mostly female? And they're like, we're so sorry.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Yeah.
I do want to make a statement, and I was going to do it on Instagram, and I might still do it as well. But like, privileged white woman living in a blue state, middle class family, I probably won't really be hurt by this presidency that much. My future, probably fucked. My potential children that I probably won't have now, probably fucked. Very real people that are living in this country that are of a minority, probably fucked. But if anybody needs sanctuary to come and visit Washington, I have a place you can stay.
Cute. I second that.
I'm a safe space.
Women only, though.
Well, no.
For me.
Okay.
I don't really trust men at the moment.
That's fair.
Especially people like men I don't know.
That's fair.
Is that a good time to...
As good a time as any.
Transition?
This is, trigger warning, perhaps.
Yeah, trigger warning. I like can't be serious. Because I just like want to make everything a joke because it's uncomfy.
Well.
Trigger warning for sexual assault. That sucks.
It certainly does.
So you might have wondered why the fuck Babble Riot has been quiet. And it's because life has been lifing.
It lifed a little too hard.
It definitely lifed a little too hard, and it put me out of commission for a little while from like everything, kind of. And I think I'm ready to talk about it.
You're very brave.
Why does this feel like I'm on like 60 minutes?
You are. So, how did that make you feel?
Nicht gut.
Right.
Okay. So, let's see. Where do I start? I think I'm just going to say the whole story, and if it feels weird, then I'll like cut parts out. So, you may remember back in September, I got a DM from a guy on Instagram, and I was like, I never go out with Instagram DM guys, like that's never been a thing of mine, but he was like kind of cute, so I was like, all right, like whatever, what do I have to lose?
The foreshadowing.
Literally. And he seemed to be like everything that I wanted in a guy, and like presented himself as like pretty much exactly the type of guy that I want or would go for.
Yeah, put together in his emotional intelligence, educated,
like a bigger dude.
Someone's gonna come for your throat because they're like, whenever you guys talk about guys, all you talk about is looks.
Is that true?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm just talking from the heart.
Yeah, leave us alone. If you don't like it, you can go away.
So we went out on a date, and I think we did talk about the date on the pod, because he was a guy who didn't open the door for me.
Yes.
Like on our first date.
Yes.
He literally sat in his car, and I opened the door for myself the first time meeting him.
We were giving him big ups too on the last podcast, because we were talking about the fact that like when you brought that up to him, he like took it on the chin, handled it very well, was like, you're so right. I'll like never do that again. That'll never happen again. Maybe if you would have known what was going to happen, you would have been okay with him not opening your door.
Yeah. And maybe I wouldn't have opened the door either.
Right.
So we had that conversation. I felt a lot better about it. So he asked me out for a second date and I said yes. And there was like about a week or like 5 days time between when he asked me on a second date and when we actually went out. And during that time, we had been like texting a little bit and talking on the phone a bit. And it felt like very full on. Mm-hmm. Like I felt like he really kind of globbed onto me and wanted to talk to me 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because sometimes when guys are like that, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I like that. I like that you want to know what I'm doing and like want to talk to me. Like, that's cute.
This is the issue with Elle, is that she wants a man to be obsessed with her, but like you can't talk to her too much.
Well, I don't know, because I think like when he was doing that, there was something like in my gut that it just felt a little bit icky. Like it didn't feel right. Whereas like when other guys like in my past have done that, I've loved it and like we ended up dating and like it's fine, you know? But
person specific.
Yeah. But yeah, for this guy, some of the things that he would say or do just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like it just felt very, what's like the negative word for protective?
Like overprotective? Possessive? It felt very possessive, like really quick. Yeah, you've been on one date.
Yeah. Like if I didn't like text him back, he'd be like, oh, like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you texting me back or whatever? And
I don't even do that shit to her.
Insane. And one night specifically, I had gone to bed early and my phone automatically, because I set it this way, automatically goes to do not disturb mode at 11 p.m. through like 8 a.m. And so I had fallen asleep before he had texted me back. And then I woke up to like a crazy text message from him and like a missed call. And he was saying like, I can't believe you like left me on red and then you like put your phone on silent. Just like all these crazy things. And I'm just like, dude, what?
Yeah.
It's so strange.
How about like come to me with your concerns rather than assuming the worst?
Right. And he also told me that his previous relationship ended because the woman died, like in his presence, in his arms. She was also twice his age, allegedly.
Okay.
And no one knew about their relationship.
Right. And we never got details on how or why she died.
Well, apparently it was like a brain aneurysm or a heart attack, one of those two, something like that. Something that's just like super random and just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And like, I hope to God he's like, that actually happened, just because it's so fucked up to say that that's something like that had happened if it didn't.
Because it does happen to very real people. So to lie about a devastating experience that people have is horrible.
Yeah. And like, it allegedly happened not even a year ago from when we were talking.
And they'd been together for like 2 years. Like it was like a fairly long-term relationship.
Like living together.
Yeah.
It just like wasn't adding up.
Right.
And
especially to claim that you're like so emotionally mature and like educated basically and like in touch with your emotions, to have a long-term relationship with someone that you live with, to have them die and then be ready to date a year after that, not even.
So he had already had a girlfriend between that woman and me. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had this feeling like in my gut that was something wasn't right. I just wasn't quite sure what it was. And so I kind of thought that maybe it was me saying to myself, don't go for this guy because he's not ready. He's not over what happened. And he's trying to fill a void, and you don't need to be anyone's void.
I mean, I think that can be true.
Yeah. So I talked to him on the phone and I expressed my concerns, and he somehow convinced me to.
Well, you had texted him too, and you were like, this is feeling like a little too full on. Like, I need you to kind of like take a step back a little bit. Yeah. And he was like, okay, like, I understand what you're saying. I respect what you're saying. That the like consequence of me doing that is that I'm going to text you less. And you were like, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for understanding. Yeah. And then like the next day or two is when he sent all those text messages while you were sleeping. And you were like, so you didn't hear me when I said, I need like you to back up a little bit. So he's already like not really listening to boundaries.
Another foreshadowing.
Right. Because going into date number 2, you were still on the fence about even if you wanted to see him again.
Yeah. 100%. And he had made some comments about himself that was giving narcissist like so hard, and it was such a turnoff. Like, it is like one of my biggest turnoffs is an egotistical guy, someone who's
cocky, not confident.
Right. And I'm the type of person that I'm confident, but I don't think I'm cocky, and if I am, it's like in a very self-deprecating way where it's like not serious.
Right.
And so when someone is like actually serious, I'm like, that's crazy. That's so crazy to me. Like, do you hear the words coming out of your mouth?
Yeah.
So that was a turn off. And obviously, you guys, like, I should have been out the door. Like, what am I doing? But little Miss Lover Girl, waiting to find her Prince Charming, is like, no, let's
give him one more
chance and we'll see what happens. So we go out on our second date and we get drinks, and he proceeds to tell me that it's actually the 1-year mark of when his ex died.
Happy anniversary. Thank you for coming on this date with me.
That's so crazy.
Insane.
All of it. And like, I just don't feel like it's true. It's just so weird. And like, he seems so okay talking about it. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
it doesn't really matter like for the point of the story, but it's just something that's like stuck with me. And I'm like, maybe he was like looking for sympathy, or I don't know. Anyway, we go out on the second date. We go to this first place, and I thought we were having dinner, so I didn't eat anything. And we didn't get dinner. And of course, I don't speak up for myself.
Who does that? Well, and I feel like also when you guys had planned the second date, you were going somewhere in like West Seattle. Like, you were going to a restaurant, like a Thai place or something like that. And then when the day actually happened, it like you guys met really late.
Yeah.
I don't remember why. I don't remember the circumstances, because you were texting us, Chelsea and I, and you were like, where should we go? What should we do? Like, what are some fun places? So,
that's right.
And we like sent you a couple.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like 8 p.m. and I was like, you're still going to go at this point? And you were like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But I don't remember.
That. Yeah. I don't know what the circumstances were. Anyway, so I didn't eat anything.
Right.
So not a great start to a date when you're going to be drinking. And I had one like wine, I think, at this first place. And then
one wine.
One glass of wine. And sorry, I'm having like a weird throat feeling. It's kind of itchy. I start feeling like drunk pretty quickly.
Yeah. And for the record, Elle like rarely drinks. This like recording the podcast is really the only time I see you drink, unless we like go out.
Yeah.
And
I'm
even
not
then,
a big drinker, but I feel like the last like 2 months I have been drinking a lot more than I have.
Yeah, I previously. Say. Yeah. But you're doing it like socially. Like
Yeah.
You're doing it in like very appropriate places.
I'm not sitting on my couch drinking a bottle of wine.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Thank you so much for
You're
validating my
so
experience.
Anyway, so we bebop around a couple places. The conversation is like kind of weird. Like I should say, when we first met at the first place we went to, he and I were chatting about something, like I think he made like a sexual joke or something, which ew.
Shocker.
And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. Like, I'm definitely not having sex with you tonight. I'm definitely not doing anything sexual with you tonight. I'm definitely not.
When you say first place, she means on the second date at the first place they went to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was established very early on.
Yep.
In that date. And when I was sober. So just like, if you're a guy listening, if a woman tells you sober, I don't want to have sex with you, and then when she's drunk, you ask her if she wants to have sex and she says yes, do not have sex with her.
Yeah. She's not able to consent. That's not consent.
Yeah. I guess I'll just like speed through the story, and eventually I'm like kind of blacked out a little bit. Like I don't think, part of me wonders if I got roofied, but then another part of me is like, I also just didn't eat dinner, and like I drank, but I don't feel like I drank that much.
I feel like if you got, I mean, maybe a little bit, but I feel like if you got roofied, you wouldn't be able to remember anything.
Yeah.
And you remember some details.
Yeah. So at one point I remember being in an Uber with him, and he's saying like, oh, let's go to your place. And I don't remember ever saying like, okay, yeah. But from my memory, I remember being in that Uber and him saying, let's go to your place. And then I remember us being in my place, and there's no memory between those times. And also he knows I'm a lightweight. And so like he could have easily just kept giving me drinks because he like knew I was drunk and would drink them. I don't know. So we're at my place. He is opening drinks. I have like laws in my fridge. And so he started drinking those. And I was like, that's crazy. I was so just done. I just like wanted to go to sleep.
I mean, meanwhile, you're like literally getting ready for bed.
Yeah.
Like taking off your makeup, putting on pajamas.
Yeah.
Like
taking my contacts out, putting my glasses on.
Yeah.
Like
you're done.
Bedtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's like 4 something a.m. at this point.
And like non-sexual bedtime.
Right. Like I put on ugly PJs. I put on like sweatpants.
Right.
Like I was not trying to look cute. Because normally if I am like having like a first sleepover with a guy, like I'll put on like cute pajamas.
Yeah.
I'll probably keep my makeup on, which is
100%.
Kind of crazy, but I would. And I was like, nope, I'm just going to get as ugly as I can.
Yeah. Because that wasn't the vibe, because you established that early on.
Right. So again, everything's very hazy, but I remember us being in my bed and him like trying to like touch me, and I was like, yeah, I'm just tired. Like I just want to go to bed. I don't want to do anything. And he just like kept touching me and like kept being persistent about wanting to do things, like being like, oh, you're making me so horny. And like, literally how?
By laying here.
By just being a woman.
Right.
Crazy.
Trying to go to bed.
Yeah. And he's like, I just feel like I really need to like get off. And I'm just like, I can't help you with that.
Yeah. I'm going to bed.
Yeah. You should do the same. And he goes, well, can I at least like jerk off? Ugh. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude. And so he starts doing it. And he's like, just touch it. Like, I'm like, no. And literally I'm getting like so annoyed at this point, which I will be a people pleaser for a very long time. But like once I really feel like my opinion and what I'm saying is not being validated, I'll go off.
Yeah.
But I was also drunk and so fucking tired.
Yeah.
So
he's also a big guy.
6'5", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm 5'5", 140.
And even if you're not a people pleaser, like there's still this sense of like women are taught to like be nice to men because you never know what's going to happen. So just like, even if it's wrong, just like be nice, be quiet. Like, it'll be okay. You'll get past it.
Or just like
basically.
let it happen and like get it over with.
Yeah. Literally get it over with.
Yeah. So
he jerks off.
And it gets over all over my covers and my bed and stuff. And I'm just like, ugh. Mind you, I have not had a single guy or girl in my bed since I moved into that apartment.
I know.
I've been like
sacred space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was super fucking annoying. And then I ended up falling asleep. And then I kid you not, 2 hours later, so like maybe 7 a.m. at this point, he starts like grabbing me and like touching me again. And I'm not gonna like go into all the details, but basically I said, no, I don't want to do anything. And yeah.
He did not listen.
He did not
or
listen.
Respect that.
Yeah. He did many things with many body parts that just not nice. So after he inserted himself inside me, even though I said no, well, so this is coercion.
Right. I mean,
it's coercion because he's like being persistent.
Yeah.
And I keep saying no.
Yeah.
But then it definitely
very quickly
like falls over into the category of
grape.
Yeah. So.
Because you never consented. You never said yes.
No.
So.
And he was like, oh, like, are you on your period? Or like, have you not shaven? Like, are you like, do you feel insecure? And I'm like,
no, I just like literally don't want to do this with you.
That's not even like what I'm thinking about. I just don't want to.
Yeah. That didn't even cross my mind.
Because he was like, because I don't care. And I'm like, I care. It's my body and I don't want you touching me. I don't want you inside of me. I don't want any of it.
Yeah.
So like, fuck off. Anyway, after it happened, which wasn't very long, thank God, he was like, oh, like we haven't really talked about like STDs. And I was like, sorry?
Like, kind of like, why would we? Because we've only been on 2 dates. We haven't been sexual. We're like not talking with intention. Like.
Yeah. And he's like, have you ever had one? And I was like, no. And I literally was like turned over at this point, like my back to him, just like kind of just in like,
disassociating.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what like I was doing or feeling. And he was like, oh, well, like I've had one. And I'm like, I literally was like, I don't really care. Like, as long as you don't have one now, I don't care. And he was like, well, I do have her. And I was like,
which is illegal, by the way, to have sex with somebody and not disclose, by the way.
I wanted to just crawl out of my skin.
Yeah.
And I got up and I started taking my sheets off my bed.
To caveat also, there's nothing wrong with having an STD or an STI.
Yeah.
As long as if you're being sexually active with people, you're disclosing, you're being upfront, you're being safe. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. A ton of people have it. It's not shameful. It doesn't make you dirty. Like, I hate the like stigmatism around it all.
Yeah.
It's not like your fault. It's just a thing that happens to a lot of people. So please don't take like us talking about it to be like negative at all about it.
Yeah. It was just
A shocking
revelation.
Admission.
Yeah.
After he just was inside of you.
Yeah. Like without protection.
Right.
Without consent.
Right.
And he was like, I mean, like, I don't have anything like right now. So like, I can't pass it to you. And like, you still can. I know that statistically it's very low.
Yeah.
So then I'm fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
Amongst everything else that's just happened.
Right.
He leaves. I immediately put my sheets in the washer. I get in the shower and I start like scrubbing my body. Like I'm in the shower for an hour, just like freaking out. I get out of the shower and I've got like missed calls from him and texts from him. And he thinks that I'm upset because of this thing. Which like I am.
One part of it.
But that's not like the main situation.
Yeah.
By the way, I did get tested and I don't have anything. So like thank fucking God. But
yeah.
Just so insane.
Yeah.
He's blowing up my phone. I think I had texted the group chat, you and Chelsea at this point, and was just like, I don't fucking know what just happened.
Yeah.
And I ended up blocking him. He kept being like, just let me explain. And I'm like, there's nothing to explain.
Yeah. Like, let me call you. Can you please answer? I want to talk on the phone. And you were like, no.
So that's that story. And I know that that's not, oh, my throat's like closing up. I know that a lot of women have unfortunately experienced situations like that. And you know, even worse situations. So it's such like a weird feeling, and it's really unfortunate because like so many of us can relate to each other on that. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people have that story. Mm-hmm. A lot of men have not taken no for an answer. A lot of men have asserted their dominance upon us when we haven't wanted it. And I'm like very open.
Yeah.
When I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And when I'm like, when I trust my partner.
When you want that.
When I want it.
Yeah.
So to just like take it from me is,
mm-hmm.
I don't even have a word for it. Like it's just mean.
Well, it's our body, their choice.
Right.
Can't forget that.
That's true. So moral of the story for women, if something feels off in your gut when you're like talking to someone or getting to know someone, something's off.
Listen to your gut.
And it doesn't matter what it is. Like you don't need to find the reason for why your gut's feeling off. It just is because it's trying to save you. And I really wish that I would have listened to my gut. And then moral of the story for men, no means no. Drunk, yes, means no. I think we all are aware of, especially like if you're in your 30s or like late 20s, I think we're all very aware of when someone is able to consent or not.
I mean, I would hope so, but
yeah. So
if it's not an enthusiastic yes the entire time you are with somebody, then it's a no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even if it's like an enthusiastic yes for a makeout and like a hand job or something, that doesn't mean automatically that you're going to have sex
100%.
And that she owes that to you.
Correct. Yeah, women don't owe you anything. That's
no.
also a friendly reminder just to everybody out there, men and women.
Right. Like, yes, you took me out, you bought my drinks, and you bought me dinner.
Bare minimum. That
does not equate to you just getting to have what you want with my body.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So that's why I've been a little bit MIA on the pod and socials. Just been trying to work through that. And I do feel a lot better now. It's been like 2 months probably.
Yeah.
So I do feel a lot better about that. Definitely was triggered that Donald Trump got elected though, because it just perpetuates the idea that it doesn't matter what women say or what we want. Men are just always going to have it their way.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And like, God forbid I lived in a red state that had very strict abortion laws and I got pregnant from this incident.
Mm-hmm.
And now what?
You're having
fucked?
the baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's bleak.
Mm-hmm. It's just really hard to exist in a world where people don't see you as a person.
Yeah.
And I understand 100% that, again, like, I'm very privileged. So I can only assume how deeper that feeling is for people of color
More
or
marginalized groups.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But in other fun and happy news, I've made new friends.
You have.
So that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I just said all that on the internet.
If you get to the point where you're editing it too and you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah.
We can do a short epi. I'm sorry to victims out there that have experienced something very similar. You're not alone.
Yeah. If you ever want to like reach out to me too, my DMs are open.
Yeah, there's power in community.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
100%.
Doesn't matter what you were drinking, how much you drank, what you were wearing.
Mm-hmm. If you loved this episode,
This bummer of an episode.
please leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening. Smash that like button.
Smash it.
Subscribe to our channel.
Follow us.
Come to my Instagram on Wednesdays for Hump Days. We're going to start doing those more regularly. And hopefully we'll get back on track with doing more episodes and stuff.
Life was life and a little too hard with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And it just was easier to just be like, we'll do it next week. It's okay. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of grace. And now we're going into holiday season too.
True. I think like 2025 though.
Oh, we'll be on it.
Back with a vengeance.
For sure.
We love you guys.
Bye.